Hey, what's up? Aviv Vanny here with the Cine Summits, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Letus Helix 3-axis gimbal. I saw this gimbal and I decided to reach out to them and ask them if they would like for me to take a look at it, and they graciously provided one for me, and we are going to discuss it. There are a few reasons why I decided that this is a gimbal that I really wanted to check out. It has a few differentiating features that no other gimbal on the market has, and that's the key for me. Let's take a quick look at some of the shots I was able to get with it, and then we'll discuss the specifics about the Helix and why I love it, why I think it's a good choice. Okay, so that was pretty badass right there, you gotta admit. Now, the reason I say it like that is because I am not a Steadicam operator. This might be the first time when I was shooting this, was one of the first times that I've held a Steadicam, any kind of Steadicam device in a long time. So it just is a testament to this type of technology and what it can do for you, even if you have no experience like myself. Obviously, I had to put epic music because this is the Cine Summit, and that's how we roll here at the Cine Summit. So what does the Helix do that I've found other gimbals do not have? The Helix has a unique design. They have designed this thing from the ground up to give you performance based on what they thought were the needs of an operator. Every other design out there, it's the type that it was meant for hanging from helicopters or from drones, right? So everybody took that design, simply took the gimbal off of these drones and added handles to the top, and there you go, you got yourself a 3-axis gimbal. Well, Helix took it from the drawing board, and I think it was brilliant. What they did is instead of the camera hanging below the handles, it's cradled in between, meaning that the camera is now basically almost at the same height with your hands. So it's no longer where you have to have your hand wherever your hands are holding like all other gimbals, and then the camera is a good foot or so or more down below. Why is this important? First of all, your average shots, the camera's going to be, I don't know, from say waist to eye level. That's probably where you're going to be holding the camera for the most part, except for when obviously you want to have it really low or really high. But for the average shots, that's the area you're going to be in. Now, for all other gimbals, if you want to be in that kind of shoulder to eye level height, which again is going to be probably 80-90% of your shooting, you have to hold that sucker above your head. Maybe if you're a bodybuilder or something, you could do that for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and then you'll be done. With the Helix, you don't have to do that. You can hold it nice, firmly with your elbows in, comfortably. It's very simple to do, and it's at the right height without having to strain yourself. You can work with this thing for a long time, where all the other gimbals, you have to hold it up real high, and you'll see it all the time when you see behind the scenes of other people working. You'll notice that they are way up there with their hands. It is tiring. So this is a brilliant move by them, the way they designed it from the ground up in this manner. The other big point is, you'll notice because of this design, it actually has like a little bit of a platform underneath the camera. When you're using all of the gimbals, you can't set it down, and I cannot tell you how infuriating that is. That is a non-starter for me. And let me tell you, when I'm out there on my own, or even with just another person or two shooting, that is crucial. I have to change settings all the time, change ISO, change aperture. Maybe if I don't have something to hit record on, I got to set it down, hit record, and run again. There's a myriad of reasons why I have to set it down. If I want to check the shot, I'm always setting it down. You cannot do that with any other gimbal, at least not that I've seen yet, and maybe somebody else is out there that I'm not aware of, but all of the gimbals, you cannot set it down. 'Down. Another fantastic feature that the Helix has is the ability to tilt, where the right hand, the wrist simply twists and you're controlling the tilt. That's an incredible feature. You don't have to contort your entire arms and everything to get that tilting, or if you want to go up, your entire body has to tilt up and down. Your left hand can go wild and it's not going to do anything. That's a big one for me. Now, with this ability to kind of do that motion with the wrist, what you can do is you can kind of force the wrist fast, forward or backwards. And what that does is that you're kind of like overriding. The gimbal doesn't manage to quite tilt, and what that does is that it changes the position of your wrist. You don't have to go into all these kind of crazy settings and whatnot. I love this part about it, is that I can simply decide where I want the angle of the camera, the tilt, to be exactly. And then if my wrist is in an uncomfortable situation, I then force the tilt of my wrist back to where I want it to be, and then I can operate in that position. It really is all about the design of the Helix, the way that they started from the ground up instead of just copying what everybody else is doing and making their version. They started from the ground up. Now with this design, like I was telling you, the camera is now cradled inside. One of the beauties of that is, notice where the handles are. They're really compact and right next to the entire apparatus. They're not off to the side. If you notice other gimbals, you got these handles that are like way off to the side. I'm telling you, you have to be really strong for that, because you can't get your arms nice and tight to your body to where you can just hold it for a long time. And lastly, Helix is above and beyond with their customer service. I will tell you this, when I called them for questions, the person who was on the other side answering, and it was actually via Skype, had no idea who I was, had no idea that they had sent it to me, and I was shocked. He was giving me service and answering questions and walking me through it and showing me how to balance it and all these things for the first time when I got it, and he did not know that I was doing a review on it. So that's a testament, and since then I've been in touch with them very often. They're very accessible, so their customer service is outstanding. There's somebody to talk to at all times. I cannot highlight that enough. So all in all, this sucker is, I'm so happy with it. I've made the right choice. I'm glad that I reached out to Helix and asked them if they would like to be involved, and they have been our supporters of Cine Summits in the past, so check them out. I am certain you will not be disappointed with their products.